What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in. My name is Lincoln Jack Domi, representing WRESTHINGS, and this is the second installment of Wrestling Twitter this week. This series of episodes where we go into the wrestling that wrestling has for this week through Twitter. Twitter, the best place to get your opinions and the most untoxic environment in the world. So if you like what you're hearing, please do us a favor and subscribe to WRESTHINGS. Help us all out to help you out. Also, make sure you shoot punch that like button, put an audible in the comments, and make sure you pedigree the hell out of that share button like your name is Hunter HEARST HELMSLEY. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So before we get into anything now, I just want to go into the news that broke shortly before SmackDown. So it turns out that Selena Vega has actually been released from her contract with the WWE. This comes after she started her OnlyFans account and stayed on Twitch after WWE basically taking away all the wrestlers' Twitch accounts. So the details of Selena Vega's release. So ProWrestlingInsider.com have reported that Vega was informed late this afternoon, well before Selena Vega's tweet that we'll put up here saying, I support unionization. And she does indeed have a 90-day non-compete clause, so that rules out any debut on AEW or Impact or whatever. And number 3, Vega was extremely vocal about maintaining her Twitch account after the edict had been handed down. This is an ongoing situation and it's very sad. Selena Vega was the reason why Andrade got over in NXT and on the main roster. She was one of the reasons why the Performance Center era on Raw was as good as it was. Like she held it down. She was on there week after week after week, promo after promo, getting Andrade, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory over. I mean, like, she's probably one of the best managers of the decade, but that doesn't really get talked about with Selena Vega. And she's not really that bad in the ring as well. Let's just hope that Selena Vega, also known as Thea Trinidad, let's hope that she's well. She's going to be streaming on Twitch, so let's just hope that. Keep in your prayers, guys. And also make sure you support her on Twitch as well. And also support on OnlyFans. Not for that. She does cosplay on OnlyFans, but still, find a way to support her. Even if you're not going to tune in, just support her. So now, guys, let's go into the AEW tweets. And PAC is back. Yes, PAC returned on the latest edition of AEW Dynamite to confront Eddie Kingston, who took away 2/3 of Death Triangle. Death Triangle was, of course, a faction that PAC and the Lucha Bros were in. Hence Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. They were known as Death Triangle before the pandemic, and I love this faction. It was just a no malice Serenado faction, as you could call it. It's just they were so good. Obviously, the pandemic happened. PAC was stuck in Newcastle, and the Lucha Bros had nothing to do. So and then Eddie Kingston came in, and then he combined Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Bros together, and they had a huge big family. Then PAC was forgotten about, but then PAC was announced last week. He did a promo last week, a very good promo last week, and then now he's back. Now he's back in AEW. So I think he obviously had to quarantine when he came to the States. I love the reaction to this online, but I was also confused about the reaction online. So there was this tweet from Tony Khan saying that stay to the end of AEW Dynamite. I promise you it will be good. Thank you very much to all of you awesome wrestling fans. And of course the promise, and of course the big surprise that we got was not the reported return of Ryback to wrestling, which would be absolutely weird, but the return of PAC. That's a big deal, but obviously not to some. I mean, like the criticism of AEW, who are of course a year old. They're a year-old wrestling promotion that's constantly giving us some of the best TV shows. Like, some of the criticism goes over the top for me. But let me know in the comments. Call an audible in the comments if you have something to say on that matter. Then, oh my god, we got that segment with Cody Rhodes, and despite how ridiculous it was and how left it went, let me just show you my reaction. Oh yeah!
Your dizzy ass up here looking real confused, so let me spell this out for you.
Oh, you know, oh shit, oh look, you go, girl. Yeah, man, you go, girl. You're the girl. Come on. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Shut up!
Sorry, had to see that.
So some people's reaction to the first in-progress footage of the AEW game is the equivalent of a kid being born, pointing at it instantly and going, "Failure, give it a flipping chance here," tweets Simon Miller. Like, honestly, give it a chance. It's not even in the final stages of production. Like, God, plus it's a game. It's not really a movie when you just have to edit, or YouTube video we're gonna have to edit. Like this video, like I'm editing. It's a game that takes time, a game that has to take time, or else people are gonna be moaning about it like they are now. Like, come on. I mean, this goes back to my point of people over criticizing stuff that AEW does.
Chill off, this was WWE, you guys were mad, you guys were saying this, were saying that.
Like, dude, chill. Just chill. The reason why I trust AEW as much, better than others, is because that there's something about AEW's booking and something about their approach to professional wrestling is why I trust them more. Look at where Kenny Omega was after his first match with Moxley, the unsanctioned match, and look where he is now. Look at the build. Look at that build with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. That was a rivalry, and that's still going on. That is still going on. Don't get it twisted. Just because Kenny Omega is gonna be facing John Moxley on December the 2nd for the AEW title doesn't mean that the Hangman story is done. Kenny could win that, and then his first opponent will be Hangman Page, or they could have a match booked for Revolution or something. Like, I trust AEW with their booking more than any promotion in the world right now, and they deserve that. They've earned that reputation. I might just be coming off as AEW mark right now, which in honesty I really am. But please call an audible in the comments if you disagree with me. So without further ado, it's about time we brought this episode of WTT Dub to a finale. It's been good. I'm loving the content in this. I hope this goes on for more than 3 weeks. I hope the guys up top of WRESTHINGS give me a good 3-week push, if you guys know what I mean. So, if you guys want that 3-week push to be extended, please like, share, and comment down below about what was your favorite part of the video, what's your favorite part of wrestling this week. You can also follow WRESTHINGS at WRESTHINGS on Twitter. You can also follow me at Lincoln_Jack1. Help us out to help you out. I'm out. Have a nice.